Welcome to the Garage Engineer. I'm Dennis. Today we're going to solve a problem that I have in the shop. One, I can never find these pin wrenches for my angle grinder and biscuit joiner. And two, they're different sizes on different equipment. So we're going to have one tool to work on all the tools in the shop. So every time you buy a angle grinder, a biscuit joiner, it always comes with these generic pin wrenches. And what they're used for is to remove the nut that holds whatever the grinding disc, or in this case the blade for the biscuit joiner. Most of them are pretty much the same distance apart from pin to pin, but sometimes they're a little different. And for some reason, every time I pick up one of these tools I need to make a change, the wrench I pick up never fits. Now there is a technique to use the pin wrench if it doesn't fit. And that is to insert it into one of the pins and then put the other pin on the outside of the nut, and then you can spin it. That works in a pinch, but I wanted to make something adjustable so it can work on any one, and it doesn't matter which tool you're using, it will always fit. So here's a close-up of the spanner, just a piece of metal with the two prongs right here. And this goes, well, actually, it goes for this one. It goes into the two holes in the nut, and there's usually a lock button on the top. You hold it to lock, and then you spin it, and it loosens the nut so that you can remove whatever disc or implement that you're trying to take off. Now this Ryobi is smart because they have their wrench in the handle, so you never really lose it unless you put it down. So that's not really a problem. Something like this DeWalt, it doesn't really have a holder. And also, see, this spacing is different on here. The DeWalt's a little bit wider. So the game plan for today is we're going to take an adjustable wrench and our spanner. This is our sacrificial spanner. We're going to cut off the two pins here, and we're going to lay them on each side of this wrench, and then we're going to weld them on. Now I'm using, this is just a cheap Chinesium wrench. I mean, you see the tine here is so loose, it's not very good, but it'll be good enough for the to make our adjustable spanner wrench. And then what I like about this is the handle is a little longer too, so you get a couple more inches to keep your hands away from banging it on the guard of the grinders. So now we're back in the shop after we've welded on our pins to our adjustable wrench. So let's give it a try and see what happens. So here we have our blue angle grinder. We do have an abrasive wheel on here, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to get it down in there. Not any more difficult than the regular spanner. I'll push the lock button, and there you go, that loosens it up. All right, let's give it a test on our yellow angle grinder. Now this one is a little wider than the blue one, so we just take our spanner, adjust the size, lock it down, and perfect. So now the next step is we're just going to mark this, so this will be will stick out, so we will never lose it. We'll know exactly where it is, and it doesn't matter what size, what tool we get, and what size we're going to need. The adjustable spanner works. Thanks for coming along as we turn one tool into another tool, actually more useful. And remember the ABCs of making, always be creating. Until next time.